Now, if you don't already know what AutoMoon is a plug-and-play automated trading solution for anyone and everyone who has a Bitmex account. Now, if you would like to learn more about what AutoMoon generally is and how it works, I highly recommend you check out our initial announcement video on AutoMoon, which I did upload just a couple days ago. I will leave a link down in the description down below that will give you a great overview of how AutoMoon works, what you can expect from it, and what it is. However, today I'm going to be talking about something that was very requested from that video, and that is we want to see some of the results that you were talking about in that video. If you haven't already seen that video, I do mention that we have been running this strategy for around 6 months now, and so people really wanted to see those returns, and I did mention that it was in development on the website, and I'm happy to finally announce that we do have the data on the website. However, we are still making some final adjustments, so whenever you go on the website down the line, you may notice that it does look a little bit different. However, it's all the same data, and so that's what I'm going to be showing you today. Now, before I get into this video, make sure to like and subscribe if you'd like to see more content like this. And I would also like to say that I'm not a financial advisor, so I recommend you do your own research before entering in any positions. Now, let's get straight to looking at the account data that is on the automoon.io website. So if you scroll down to the results section, which is where all of this will eventually be located, you will see here that we do have 2 accounts that have been running our service for a considerable amount of time now. Now, I do want to address something before I get into talking about these accounts. I do want to say that we do have accounts that have been running on our service for longer periods of time and with varying amounts of balance. So we do have some accounts that, have much more Bitcoin than this and, much less. However, we are unable to share all of the accounts that have been running on our service. Obviously, we want to protect our users' information. And so that's why we are unable to share all of the accounts that have been running for, 6 months now on our service. However, we still do think that these 2 accounts that we are showing on our website are a great representation of what you can expect from using AutoMoon, and that's why we decided to put them on the website. Now, I also want to mention that these 2 accounts do look slightly different and do have slightly different returns, and I will explain why in this video. However, what you do need to understand is that we do offer 2 different products on AutoMoon. We offer the Cloud and Cloud Plus option. The Cloud option is for smaller retail investors, so anyone from 0.25 BTC up to 2.5 BTC, and then Cloud Plus is anyone over 2.5 BTC, so any large investments and anyone who's looking to run, a lot of Bitcoin on our service would end up using Cloud Plus. Now, with that distinction made, here you can see the returns on 2 different accounts, and I do want to say that the one on the right is using Cloud and the one on the left is using Cloud Plus, and I'll explain why the returns look slightly different. However, for most people, the one on the right is what you will expect to get. So you can see here that the growth on this account was, absolutely amazing. They started out with around 0.5 Bitcoin on their account, and at the end of this 80-day period, while they're running on AutoMoon, they ended with around 2.65 Bitcoin with, very straight line up. So, there was never many times where it had any open trades for a while. It had a very straight trajectory upwards on this specific account. And, that's just purely due to market conditions. There can be different times resulting in different types of gains and different, charts in terms of what it would look like. However, we can say that for a majority of clients, this is what you would expect on your account. However, I think that this other account here is also a great example. Now, I do want to mention that you might be wondering, well, why are the returns slightly lower on this 12 BTC account in comparison to the 0.5 BTC account? And that is actually purely because this account specifically requested that we trade a smaller portion of their account per trade. And so that's what made their overall gains, lower, although it's still very impressive. Obviously they started with 12 BTC and ended with around 15 BTC. The growth overall is lower than this 0.5 BTC account. And that's purely just because it was a specific request from a Cloud Plus client to just trade a slightly smaller amount on their account. So that's why they have slightly lower growth. However, you can still see here that the growth on this account was, fairly consistent. We did have this little period here where, the service was, it had a trade open and it, the market either just was going against it or something like that. However, you can see that in the long run, it did come out, absolutely amazing. It had, one day here where it made an absolutely huge gain. I think this was around 0.7 or 0.8 BTC in just one day. So that's something that I think is really important about understanding about what AutoMoon is. obviously AutoMoon is a real market trading service, right? Like we're literally trading on Bitmex. And so while some accounts growth may look like this, we might have times where, the volume is absolutely amazing on Bitcoin and the gains are just super consistent. There can also be periods that look like this where, maybe you'll have a couple of days where the account experiences, minimal growth. Maybe you're not getting that exact 1% per day. However, then you're going to have one of these days like this, from this 55th to 56th day where you make 0.8 BTC, it's quite a large percent on your account in just one day. And so that's really where the average comes from. It's definitely an average. It's not like a guaranteed 1% per day, because obviously we're trading on the real market and results vary from day to day. That's just something that inherently will always happen whenever you're trading and actually making trades on any market. So that is the distinction that I wanted to make on these two results accounts. You can go on the website, you can sort of see how the growth was over time. I think these are two great representations of what you can expect from AutoMoon and what we offer. Now, I also want to talk about one other thing that I think is super exciting, and that is the automoon.io results live stream. So this is something that we just set up today. So a couple days ago, we did make a new Bitmex account just for the purpose of this live stream. And this is somewhere where basically what we did is we want this to be something that is like a shared account with everyone who wants to profit track sort of how AutoMoon is performing. So anyone can always just check in on this stream, see how our service is doing in terms of gains. So you can see that I think just 2 or 3 days ago, we started at around 0.57 BTC, and currently we are up, I think, around 8 or 9%. At 0.6183 BTC. And so you can always just check in on this live stream, sort of see what open position we have. You can see what our total balance is. And I think this is just a great way for people to sort of see how the bot performs, how it's doing in different market types. For example, if Bitcoin were to break out, you can see how it's going to react to that. If Bitcoin were to crash, you can see how it's going to react to that. So that's why we decided to open up this live stream. We think it's great for transparency and allows any client to see sort of what they're going to expect on their account, not only from previous results, but also from actual live market data, as the trades are happening. Now, obviously, one of the main concerns that someone might have, and something we obviously thought about, is, people won't be able to copy the trades that we're making. And so on the chart itself, you can see that we have 102 active orders. However, they don't show up on the chart. So we're not showing, what trades we're actually making, but you can still see the account growth and how it's performing over time. And we really think that that was the most important thing that we wanted to offer. So I highly recommend you check out the live stream. I will leave a link down in the description down below to this as well. And once the results section is finalized on the website, we will have a little button here as a link to the live stream if you would like to check that as well. But anyways, I think that will satisfy most people's needs in terms of results. Now we have these two accounts on the website that you can see long-term results, as well as a live stream that we plan on leaving up for, months on end. Anyways, guys, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Hopefully you have enjoyed it. Hopefully it has now answered all your questions about results on AutoMoon. If you do have any further questions or inquiries about AutoMoon, I highly recommend you message me on Telegram or send us an email, info@automoon.io. Then we will answer any of your questions. You can also message us on the website here. You can see we have a little messenger link on the website if you would like to ask us any questions as well. But anyways, guys, thank you guys so much for watching this video, and see you in the next one.